So we're February 17th of 2020 now.
Yeah.
So let's go back where you were born and when it was.
Yeah, 1928. The best first memory that I have of anything was when I was 4 years old. Me and my younger sister, were rocking in rocking chairs in front of the fireplace. Had a contest to see who could rock the biggest, and I did, and I rocked over in the fire, about a bed of coals, and I still got scars on my arms.
Well, they look rough now anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, right there, that is
yeah, yeah. But that was my first memory, but I don't remember anything from then until, I don't know, I guess I started school.
It was in Tremont.
But I started school when I was 4.
In Tremont?
Yeah, Tremont. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Rode the school bus, and Tammy Wynette's husband was their school bus driver.
Her dad, you meant?
Huh?
Dad. It was her dad, right? Tammy Wynette's dad.
No. Yeah, Tammy Wynette's dad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what's his name?
Yeah. Pew. I don't know where I remember his first name or not. Because he drove the bus and got brain cancer, and then they took him to Memphis, I believe, and did surgery. And then he came back and drove the bus for a little while, very, very little while. And then when it hit him the second time, it knocked him out.
And what was your interaction with Tammy Wynette? What did you do?
Well, then I didn't even. She was born about the time he died. You know, pretty close in there. But anyway, that's that first of that thing I remember about Tammy Wynette was I went up to Chess Russell's, her granddaddy. That's where she was raised, really. By Chess and Flora Russell. And I went up there to pick up my dad. I just started driving. I was about 14, I guess. And I went up there to pick him up, and he wasn't ready to go, and Tammy was there, and Wynette,
Yeah,
we
Wynette.
called her
Yeah.
Wynette Pugh, and she came out to the car, and she sat in the car, and we listened. She and I listened to the radio.
Yeah.
And then that's the last time I remember her. And the next time I remembered her was when we moved back from Pennsylvania, and we were near the lake at Fulton, and I saw we were listening to what was his name? That did the TV show in Birmingham.
Country Boy Eddie.
Yeah,
Country
Country
Boy.
Boy Eddie. Yeah, we were watching him, and he dedicated the song to Charles Wayne Maxey. Well, that was my nephew, so I saw her. I said, "Who is that gal that dedicated that song to Charles Wayne Maxey the other morning?" She said, "You know who that is, don't you?" I said, "No, I don't know who that is." She said, "That's Wynette Pugh." I said, "Hey," he said. So then after that, I saw her several times. Ronnie and I was at Hamilton.
I was with you. I was with you on that.
Yeah, yeah, you were, Ronnie.
Yeah.
And I saw her up there. But see, she was married to
4 or 5 times, wasn't she?
yeah. But she was married to the first husband then, old country boy, in fact. And he was there. He was there then. But then after that, we saw her several times.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
She even came to Aberdeen.
You and I saw Tupelo.
Tupelo, and then she came down here.
Yeah, and then she came to Aberdeen. Yeah. Yeah, and her mother was with her, and she made us come up there and sit with the Binders Crossroads group in the thing. And the guy says, "Who are you?" I said, "Who are you?" Because there's all in between, and we didn't even know each other. And of course, they were all Binders Crossroads people too, but we didn't know each other at the time.
So how many brothers you had? What are the brothers and sisters you had? Were you the youngest?
I had one brother and 4 sisters, and right now I'm the only one still going, and I'm 92.
So when did your mother get sick? How old were you when she got sick?
Well, I was in the Navy when she got so bad. I was home on leave, and she and I went to the garden, and the garden wasn't, any piece hardly from the house. And when we got to the house, she had to lay down on the porch to get her breath. She was completely out of breath. And that's the last time I saw her,
Because you went on leave.
Yeah, when I was on leave.
So you went in the Navy. So what was the Air Force and the Navy? I've never heard that story. How did you get in both? How did you get in both in the Air Force and the Navy?
Well, went in the Navy when I was 17 on what they call a kiddie cruise. Go in at 17 and get out the day before you're 21. So that's when I went in the Navy.
And basic training was where?
Basic training in San Diego. And I'd never been I don't think I'd ever been out of Mississippi till then. I went to Biloxi and picked up my sister and 3 kids, because my brother-in-law got called overseas, and I went down there and picked them up. They had an old 39 Plymouth, and we bought a 5-gallon can of oil before we left Gulfport. When we got home, we was out of oil and 3 quarts low.
So what was your first deployment? What did you do when you first got out of basic training?
I went aboard a ship.
That was the Iowa?
Yeah.
And went to Hawaii?
Yeah. And went to Yokosuka, Japan, where they signed the declaration.
The end of the war.
Ended the war. Yeah, we relieved Missouri in Tokyo
So what
Bay.
was your job on the boat?
Deckhand.
What about the printing? I thought you did printing or something.
Well, I did later when I was because I'd printed a little in a print shop, so that's what I did. Run the print shop in the Navy.
But you said you delivered the messages to the captain every day and smoked a cigarette with the captain.
Well, see, when we have drills, like real stuff, like it's real stuff, I was the captain's telephone talker. So I got reports of where they were supposed to be damaged and how much and all that, and I'd have to relay that to the captain, And most of the guys on the ship was afraid of the captain if he was a bear, but he just a real nice fella,
Don't remember his name?
No, I can't remember his name. It's been too long.
So who'd you mouth off to get in the brig?
that was we at quarters, what they call quarters for entering port, where you had a certain place on the ship each division assembled, and we were there and there wasn't nobody there. The captain, or the captain,
First officer or second officer?
yeah, anyway, he wasn't there, wasn't nobody there but a chief, and we telling jokes in port, you know, everything. And when it sounded secure from quarters on the bugle, the chief didn't dismiss us, you know, as always signal to dismiss. So I was standing in the front rank, so I stepped out and saluted and said, dismiss from quarters, you know. And the chief said, you gonna get in trouble one day, Dave Jackson? I said, oh, I don't know, I made out pretty good so far. And so he said, I'm gonna take your Liberty card today. And I said, when the hell did you get promoted? You know, because it wasn't nobody did it unless they had some gold on their cap. They didn't give me orders, you know, because they just like me. And so, but he did put me on a report, and it sent me up to the exec first, and the exec said, well, you were in an unauthorized part of the ship, said 5 days bread and water. But he said, I'm going to send you up to the captain and see what he says. So the captain said, well, you were in an unauthorized part of the ship, so he let that 5 days bread and water stand. You know. So instead of Christmas going in, I stayed in the brig Christmas. The chaplain came down and asked us if there's one more guy and me, asked us if we'd like to have Christmas dinner. And buddy, that was my 3rd day, and I was getting bad hungry. Yeah. So he did give us Christmas dinner, and it was good. But that's the only time I really got in trouble. But I never was too happy to take too many orders, you know, from somebody like me anyway. Yeah. If they wasn't a lot bigger higher up than me, they didn't give me orders. But
well, how did the Air Force come out of that?
well, when I got out of the Air Force,
No, the Navy. When you got out
Navy, went up Peoria, Illinois, and welded for about 4 years up there at ABC washing machine place. And when we came home, when I got out of the Navy, went down to Mississippi State, picked up my brother. He just at the end of the semester. And down, if he didn't have me over to the registrar's office before we left campus, I wasn't having any idea of going to college, you know. But I did for a couple of years. But I had a tough time in college, boy. I found out how dumb I was real quick, you know. Man, I'd never heard of logarithms or anything like that. And had to take all those tests and writing a composition the first time we met English class, and I'd never written a composition in my life. And we had our textbook was just a group of
manuscripts or something?
Well, they were just rules for writing compositions, is really what they were. So for for every mistake that you made, you had to rewrite that sentence correctly. For each mistake you made in that thing, you had to write that rule 5 times that you violated, you know. Well, by golly, before the semester's out, I'd learned how to write pretty good, you know. But when you write them the rules down 5 times, you kind of remember them things.
Yeah.
It was beginning the college was beginning to soak in a little, but Carl Sanders from Amory and I, he had been in the Marine Corps before, and he said, looked like they was going to start calling us back if we didn't have any dependents or anything. And so he said, let's go over to Columbus and join the Air Force Reserve. And I said, hey, that sounds like a good idea, you know. So 21st day of January, we went to Columbus and joined the Air Force Reserve. I went in as a buck sergeant. He went in as a corporal. So, but anyway, they sent him to Tennessee, Nashville, and sent me to Warner Robins, Georgia. When I got down to Warner Robins, we was all a bunch of people that had been called back, you know, that had been in service before. We had a drill one Saturday. Biggest mess you've ever seen, because none of us had ever drilled much, you know. But then they had a guy that from the academy was drill instructor. Well, guys, we'd have looked sharp if we could have done it, but we was all over each other, running over each other. Biggest mess you ever seen. The Colonel said, we're not going to try that no more. It's just, it's such a mess. But anyway, they had me on a draft to go somewhere. I was going overseas, is where it was. But they canceled it before we ever shipped out. So the next time a draft come up, I looked to see who was on it. If there was any clerks on it, I volunteered. And that's when I went to Albuquerque. When I got married, you know, and went to Albuquerque.
You got married between the Navy and the Air Force?
But well, just being transferred from
Warner
Robins to Albuquerque. Yeah. Kirkland Air Force Base.
So that's how you met in between those times?
Well, yeah. Well, I had met her before. She was going to junior college at Wamba, and she was staying at her brother's in Columbus, and that's how I met her. And then we got married when I was being transferred to Albuquerque.
So that's what y'all moved
So
out
I
to
went
Albuquerque.
on out there and found us a place to stay, and then she came on out there on the bus. Anyway.
Let's pause for a minute.
And I stayed in the Navy.
No, this will pause.
Hey y'all, could y'all go in the dining room because we can hear y'all coming over the mic.
So go ahead.
No, hang on just a second.
Oh,
Hang on just a second. Okay, let me get it
We
going.
just got
Hold on a second.
got married, and she came on out there, and we lived in Albuquerque for about 6 months. And then they came out with a order that we could stay the 21 months that we were recalled for, or get out and be home in time for Christmas. So I said, when they we had decided we was gonna stay in and make it a career. And then when we got up to the office to sign the papers, they couldn't pay me travel pay, bonus, or enlistment bonus, or
Nothing.
anything. So I said, "The hell with you, then I'll just get out." So I got out and we went home in time for Christmas.
And then when Ronnie came, y'all were in Peoria, right? How did you get from Albuquerque to Peoria?
Oh, when I got out, we went to Peoria because that's where Jake and Miller and Gertie and
That's where they all lived.
yeah, they were up there. So I went up there and went to work at where they worked, Althorper Brothers, welding.
Welding.
Mm-hmm.
But that's where Ronnie was born,
Yeah.
52.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then what happened from 52 to how did we get back out west? Because I was in 57 in New Mexico. How'd you get from Peoria back over there?
Well, I went to work for the Marion County News, Ms. McKenzie there in Hamilton. I went to work for the newspaper, and then that's how it is in a paper they had, a printing paper, that they needed somebody in New Mexico, so I applied for that and got it. And but I didn't move us out there. I hitchhiked to New Mexico and went out there to see how the job was going to be before I moved them out there. So, that's how it was. But I was working for a crazy guy. He's a crazy guy that owned the paper, and we used to have.
You talking about New Mexico?
On Wednesday night, we put the paper out no matter what time it was. If it's 6 o'clock in the morning, and we worked till 6 in the morning, to get it out. And I got the Asian flu. They called it the Asian flu. I never will forget it. I got that and missed a couple of days' work. And he cut me down a check. And boy, I mean, me and him was going around and around, and his wife went to the parking lot and got the car and drove up where we were standing, just inside the door. Got him out of there. And that night, about 7 o'clock, somebody knocked on the door at the house, and I went to the door, and it's him, and he had a check in his hand.
This was in Clayton?
Yeah, he said, "And I think you're 100% right." I said, "I know I was." And he paid me for what he cut me, and paid the linotype operator. He missed some too. He paid him. We straightened him out.
So why did we only stay there a year?
Well, there wasn't no reason really. Yeah, but.
We wound up in Galveston.
Yeah, see, my dad had offered to let me have the money instead of going up north and going to work. He had offered to let me have the money to go to school and get my degree, and if I had, I'd have got it in social studies, government history and government. Because that stuff come easy for me. That's the only thing I had real easy was I could read my notes one time, and comparative government was a hard course for most people because you had to compare the governments of the United States against Russia.
So how did you become a Democrat out of all that?
Yeah, well, yeah, yes. Yeah.
But what do we do in Galveston? How did we get there? Was it another paper job?
Well, yeah. I forgot about that. When I was in New Mexico, the linotype operator went to Galveston because there's a linotype operator. He went to Galveston at that paper, and of course he we corresponded with him, and he got a job down there and making a lot more money, so we moved to Albuquerque.
From Albuquerque.
From Albuquerque to
Galveston.
Galveston.
What was that area called we lived in and we couldn't find it, got blown away by the hurricane? What?
That's where we were.
Yeah, but
Galveston.
what was that name of that area? You remember?
The hurricane?
Yeah, where the hurricanes took our house out. Wasn't it 63 that the hurricane took that house out?
Yeah, I believe it was. When we woke up that morning, I thought I could hear cars running in water. And sure enough, it was the damn ocean. Of course, we were right on the bay, and it had already flooded. You know, it had flooded out there. The rest of them had already moved their cars up on the freeway by where the drive-in theater was, and they said, "Well, we didn't wake you up because we knew you'd be getting up early." Said we didn't wake you up, so. But that night when we come home, Harry and Bonham's wife had called a hotel downtown and made us reservations downtown, so we went downtown that afternoon when we got home from work, because it was still just flooded out there. Hadn't spread real bad. So we went downtown, and that's where you called. When did you call?
Mm-mm.
Who was it?
Yeah, I don't remember. I don't remember
Somebody called. Anyway. Yeah.
So how'd you get from Galveston back up to Levittown? What?
We moved from Galveston to Levittown, Pennsylvania.
For another.
Because Heck, Mary's brother, was at Hamilton, and he had come to Hamilton and picked up picked up the car and everything and drove it to Galveston and loaded all the furniture on the trailer and drove it back to Hamilton, and so the car was in Hamilton with all of her stuff on it. So then I had to drive us from there to Pennsylvania to go to work on Monday. Yeah, so I had to drive straight through.
Was this just another paper job? Paid
Yeah.
more than Albuquerque? That paid more than
Yeah.
Galveston?
Oh yeah. And we got a lot of overtime. That's how we made our money, really, is overtime. And then when we got up there, we bought the house up there.
Stream Lane, what was it? It's on Stream Lane.
Yeah, 66 Stream Lane.
Yeah.
And then we went by to see that house.
Yeah, we did that.
Yeah, when you was with us.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
don't remember that.
going
It
to
was.
Boston.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah.
78, 79,
Yeah.
78,
Mhm.
78. And then you talked to Worley about going to State Farm in 63.
Well, no, see that we did that, and we came on. We came home on leave or just visit, and they came home visit.
Worley did.
Worley, and no, we went down there to see them.
To Mobile.
We went down there and see Dot and Worley, and Worley said, when you get back up there, you ought to take that State Farm test. Said it ain't gonna hurt nothing, or you fail it or don't fail it. So when I got back, I called the guy, and he said, "Yeah, I'll be by your house this afternoon. You can take the test tonight." I said, "Devil, I can't. I got a Little League meeting." He said, "Well, you can take it after your Little League meeting." Well, that was about 3 o'clock in the morning before I finished it, because it was about 300 questions. And no rhyme or reason for anything to be the right answer. You know, it could or could not be a right answer. Because they told me, said, now, don't try to figure these questions out. Just take the first one that pops in your mind that you think it might be. Go ahead and mark it and go on. Or if you don't, you're going to mess up. Because Eleanor's daughter took the test and she flunked it. And Dean Mingan's daughter took it and she flunked it. Because they wouldn't listen, you know. They thought they could do good, you know, and they flunked it.
Yeah, I took the same one.
Yeah, yeah. No rhyme or reason for anything to be the right answer. You know. I probably, if I took it now, I'd probably flunk it.
Yeah. Well, they got all new.
Yeah.
Everything's all new now. But Aberdeen's where you think there's the only choice you had, or do you have a choice of Louisiana or here?
Yeah, I had several choices. I had Bogalusa, Louisiana, where they built the Stennis Center in Mississippi.
Yeah.
Down close to
Meridian, I guess.
close to New Orleans.
Oh.
Yeah. And man, that would have been the ideal. That's what I should have took. Because they built that Stennis Center there, man. All that stuff.
Yeah.
Man, I'd have had it made. Mm.
And picked Aberdeen.
Yeah, yeah. But they almost offered me Tupelo, you know, because they didn't have one agent in Tupelo then.
Mm.
Man, I could have been the second agent in Tupelo.
Mm. In '63.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Well, when did Mama start getting sick when she wasn't doing well? What year would that
While I
be?
was in the Navy.
She started having some issues?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes. It's just hard. If it had been any time 20 years later, she would have probably still been living, you know. But that's before they had anything. They just didn't have nothing for heart.
No, I'm talking about Mary Dean, my mother. When did she start getting sick? When did she start having signs of mental problems?
Oh, that she'd had that off and on for
Long time.
several years.
But started getting psychological help probably when I was probably in high school, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, then,
It is off and on. It just come on every once in a while, you know. Any other time she is all right. Yeah.
well, fast forward then, how did you meet Eleanor?
I was in the office on Wednesday because the secretary didn't work on Wednesday because we didn't do much. And I was going with a gal there in town.
You had them lined up, didn't you?
Huh?
You had them lined up.
No, I don't know. No. But I was right in her house, and Eleanor came in, and I didn't know who she was. And she came in, and I told her, I said, well, I'm going to have to write this house. It's going to take a little time. I said, just leave your card, and I'll call you, give you some. So she did, and when I looked at her card, then I knew who she was.
Mm.
And I told Harold Whitworth, I said, I'm gonna ask her out. So I called her and asked her if she was going with anybody. She said no, and I said, would you consider it? She said, yeah, I'd consider it. I said, well, how about tonight? Harold said, why in the hell did you ask her tonight? I said, well, I figured things went all right. You go tonight, tomorrow night, and the next night, you know. But she knew who I was, but I didn't know who she was till then. And then, but when I knew then that Laverne was her sister, you know, lived in Amory, used to live in
You
Abbott.
knew Laverne first.
And worked at Kroger. Yeah. So I knew she was, but all them women in Hamilton knew who I was.
Well, of course they did.
Janice and all them.
And you been married to her, you been married to Mama, have 30 something, how many years? 32 or something?
32 or 33. And men, they only been married 32 or 33. About the same.
Yeah.
At the same time.
You think Hudson's up yet?
Might be.
Let's just see if we can get him to come in. See if we can get Hudson to come in here with you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, a lot of people get injured in the Air Force and the Navy, but you got injured how and where were you at?
Yeah, when I was in the Air Force, we was on Liberty in Tsingtao, China, before Tsingtao was all communist then, that part of China, and we were on Liberty, and we'd had us a few snorts, you know, but they was following us like flies, you know, wanting to sell us something, you know, or something. And of course we wasn't buying, but they tripped him, and when they tripped him, they hit him right back here, but they didn't hit him real solid or it knocked him out. But when I started toward him, then that guy came up behind me with a chain with a padlock on the end of it. Caught me right on the point of the chin with that padlock and broke my jaw both places, both sides. Blood just poured.
Well, they could have killed both of you there.
Yeah, they could have, and they kill you for $1. If you were in one of their pedicabs, they called it bicycle white thing with a little pad for 2 people. If they pulled in an alley and there's a bunch of chinks and they said, $10, Joe, by God, you better make sure you show them what you had and give it to them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because they would kill you. You couldn't even walk down the sidewalk and say towel without stepping on a person or something, because sometimes they'd have newspaper down or a piece of cloth or something laying on the sidewalk, and they'd be laying on it. You had to walk out in the street, you know. I mean, things were poor.
Yeah.
Poor.
So like Aberdeen now?
Yeah, about like Aberdeen.
I guess we can just stop it now and we can get Hudson when he wakes up. All right?
Yeah.
Brenda might have to catch his mid-afternoon.
I'll stop moving when
Okay, we're
He likes
rolling.
rocking.
You're rolling now, right, John? Just go ahead and say when he was born.
Hang on one second, I'm getting close enough now so I get it while he's happy.
Okay?
He's looking me over pretty
He's
good.
checking things out.
Yeah.
trying to figure what.
Hey, I don't know who he is, but he's bound to be somebody.
Okay.
He's wanting to take a picture with me.
Yeah.
Alright, we're rolling.
We're going to talk about when he was born.
Hudson was born January 2nd, 2020.
20
I
when?
mean, 2019, in Charlotte.
Had little problems.
Yeah, his stomach was not connected to his throat, so they had to do surgery on his, I guess his
Esophagus.
second day, yeah, his esophagus. So they do surgery on that his second day, stayed in the NICU for a week. And they did the test. Everything came out good. He got to go home.
Hmm.
And he's been in trouble ever since.
So I'm good, doing good, Dad, now.
He kind of smiling a little.
You're okay.
He's beginning to walk a little bit, step at a time. Before long, he's going to be going everywhere, aren't you? Nothing wrong with this.
Wave at your granddaddy over there. Wave at him. Wave at him.
Say hey.
Say, hey, everybody. Hey, everybody.
Hudson.
Huh?
Hudson.
Put Eddie in there. So I can't get in.
Come on.
Getting all your grandparents in here at once.
Your granddad over here.
She gonna hold him? You gonna hold him?
Yeah. If
Your
he'll
little
let me.
granddad.
If he'll let me.
You're okay.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he's okay. Yeah. Oh, now see, he's wanting his daddy.
You're okay. Hey. You're okay.
That's good enough for me. Y'all good?
Hudson.
Is that good?
Yeah.
You're good. You can stay here.
Now then. Boy, he just won't be still.
Oh my goodness. You're okay.
Now then.
We got them toes. We got them toes. If I stand over here, you gonna be mad?
Yeah. Oh, you don't want no John. Yeah. He kind of settled down, huh?
Yeah.
Look at your toes. Piggy wiggy toes. Piggy wiggy toes. Ooh.
I'm gonna get your toe. I done got it. I got it.
Says help, Daddy. You recognize them pictures up there? Hand it back to you and him right there. Where you look at it. It's on the bottom.
Who is this? Who is that?
Who is that? That looks like you. That looks like you.
Who is that baby?
Who is that?
That looks like.
Who is that?
He's recognizing
Who is that?
That looks like you. He's taking pretty close look at it.
Yeah.
it. I'm trying to figure this out. That boy favors me a little.
Why are they on this piece of paper?
Yeah.
There you are. There you are.
Dad, you recognize that?
What do you think? You want it again?
You're saying something about it.
Yeah, he recognizes something.
You need a new one?
That's him, yeah, that's him.
Boy, that's you on there.
That's him. But who is that? Who is that? Who is that? Is that you?
That's Hudson. Say that Hudson. That Hudson.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay, it's rolling, and we can do it again.
Just want to intro.
Yeah, the intro.
All right. Hudson was born January 2nd, 2019, in Charlotte. He had a problem with his esophagus being connected to his stomach, so they had to do surgery on the second day. Stayed in the hospital for 7 days after that, and they did his test for his leak. And here you go, buddy. After his 7-day test, they let him go. He's been a handful ever since.
Been all right ever since.
Okay.
Been all right ever